of you. I'm happy to be associated with this function in which the aid to building and retailing icon prepared by Swetha Kochar and Suresh Katla being introduced to the audience. The story of rags to riches can only be in few cases, but the understanding of the retail will also make many rags to reasonable living. There was a time when traders going out of their place, going out of the area to make trade outside their normal territory, they used to form a guild. And when they form a guild into a trader's guild, they also evolve certain policies and notions. We have always heard that honesty is a virtue, but the 16th century traders made for the first time honesty as the best policy. Virtue is a way of life, policy is a way of dealing with the public, and therefore they felt it is the 16th century, the saying underwent a change where honesty became the best policy. Now when they make a guild and do business outside their area, they also become a powerful weapon, the trade. They also try to have a political share of the ruling dispensation. In fact, in the Constitution of Ireland, there is a provision where there is a guild representation. Each group will also be represented in the legislative making body. When India made a constitution, they also borrowed some few provisions from Ireland Constitution. We also have some provision, but there is no actual representation to traders. The representation is now given to local bodies, teachers and graduates. But the guild representation was borrowing from the Irish Constitution. In some way, the retail is something which is the foundation of any business. I could remember my own aunt. She was a childhood widow. And then she wanted to make a very living self-respect. She started dairying. She has never been to school. She never had a formal education. But then the determination to live, to carry on certain retail vending became important for her. So the dairy became very important to her. And then when she started supplying milk to the neighbors and the same people were the street, how to remember what was supplied. So she used to put in the kitchen number one, and it is a half. If it is one full means one full liter, and half means half liter. So at the end of the month, all this will be added together and then say, this was the amount that they have to pay. So in her own way, she was able to make an accounting. She was able to collect money for the milk supply. My uncle was a different kind. He learned carpentry in a railway workshop. He started carpentry as a passion. Only when you make surplus, you have some profit. But when you make for passion, there is no profit. So he used to make some wooden furniture, give it to people, and collect whatever the business did not run. These two examples in my own life, I could still think if only my uncle, if only my aunt has learned the trick of a retail trade, the mechanism by which the trade could be improved, the strategies by which they can improve the trade. I think they have become a czars of the day of these two trades. The one that is lacking today, whatever the positive nature of a retail trade, you go to a sabji mandi, today you go to retail, Reliance, Brush, Spencer, you can't touch the product. You go to a sabji vendor, you can touch the product, you can feel the product, you can smell the product. And till today, many people, despite the wholesale market going, they patronize the local market and their sabji vendors become relevant in their lives. Similar thing for particular emergencies, they allow you flexible rent. They also have kind words. The kindness makes us to go there again and again. But all this has got a limitation. The limitation being they can't go beyond the point. I'm not saying all these retail trade will be sold out by a huge monopoly also, but still there is a relevance in our country with a 1.4 billion people. The entire competition from China makes the Western countries come to this country because it's a potential market. But the market is not sold out by the wholesaler. Still, it is a place for the retail. But what is required today is certain amount of mechanism by which you can improve the trade. In fact, she was asking me to speak me about my book. What is that you are most liking in this chapter? She thought I may not read, just we don't read the case books. We just argue in the design matter. I went through the book. There are two chapters which I consider very important. One is don't stop what is more than necessary, what is flowing. Don't carry baggage is very important level. The other thing is don't borrow loan. Everybody advertises today. You open your mobile, there are thousands of credit facilities. She says don't borrow with interest. Perhaps you do not make a profit beyond the interest. Options which is required to the retail market. To the retail market, we need to have some strategy and show Swetha Kochar and her book. Only thing is they may not know English, so we need to teach in our own language to speak to them. More of the retail. There are also difficulties that is faced. One question she asked me about MSME, medium and small industry. I remember in 2010 when I was a child, there was a challenge to the Act. The Act provides for arbitration and facilitation counsel for getting back the credits. And most of the industry today, the small or the medium, they suffer because their credit facilities are not enough and the money which goes as a supply never comes back. So there is a huge litigation. We are talking about 400-year litigation, which is true. Today the court will have solved the litigation today takes 400 years. Who will wait for 400 years for a smart credit? So the arbitration under the MSME Act, I have applied the provisions of the Act for the first time in India. That my own today you will find in today's paper. The entire MSME in Tamil Nadu on strike. So there is a hike in electricity charges. There is also peak hour charges are heavily overburdened. So there are many problems for the retail trade. Not only raw material, not only the inputs that go in and market and stagnation and the credit being return. There are hundreds of more problems. But all this will be solved if you have the determination, the strategy to overcome these structural difficulties that you face. For that, you need somebody's advice. You can't be my own aunt and uncle. You need professional advisors to keep your trade going. Even today, I remember those days we used to have holy soda. Then we used to drink that. They all disappeared today. If I go to Madurai, I often used to go to Madurai. We used to get a Madurai base. So we used to order a holy soda. Everybody used to laugh. There are many childhood memories. I'm not saying nostalgia is an answer. Bigger than the nostalgia, the realities of life, the structure of our society with 1.4 billion people, it is inevitable that you have a retail trade. And that retail trade should be more scientifically organized and the strategies should be worked out. I think this beginning, what is called as a game-changing retail strategy, will be of a great help to the small-time trader. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody, and congratulations, Swetha and Suresh. I mean, this is a dream come true of somebody writing a book, and I think you've been an ardent fan of being in the retail. I think it all started off when I met Swetha. I think it's been quite a long time, but her interest to consult small businesses and take it away from just being an audit firm from a father to move into a consulting, and that's really very amazing the way you've actually grown. And retail is one place where India is got the largest market. If you look at it, we were just debating in our office yesterday. We were trying to see countries where the market is growing and the market is not growing, and then Canada came to our mind. Any wild guesses what's the population of Canada? 2.5 crores is the population of Canada. And Canada is 3 times the size of India. So the population of Chennai plus Kanchipuram plus Coimbatore is Canada, and the Canada's land is three times size of India. So just imagine how far can people be social distanced over there. That's why they're calling a lot of students now and a lot of Punjabis and Sikhs over there to come be a part of their population. But cutting short, I've been a retailer. I never wanted to be a retailer, because retail is a profession which is not that easy to organize. It's all about the detail. It's not about running one store. It's not about running 10 stores, 20 stores. When I came back from the US, I wanted to be an investment banker. I got a job at Morgan Stanley. But somehow, luck or bad luck, I don't know what it is, got pushed into this single store in Naranagar. It was called PKC Opticians. Learned the business on the floor, became a salesman, uh, went on from there, found the opportunity that eyewear retail is so unorganized that there was not a single price tag on a frame when people were selling glasses 25 years ago. It is, if you're getting down from a Maruti 800, it will cost you 3,000 rupees. If you're getting down from a Mercedes, it will cost you 30,000 rupees. It was so non-transparent business. People were selling clarity, but with complete unclear pricing. So we found that as a gap, but that was only single store. So obviously, it's very difficult for you to scale up. At that point in time, I think the only organized players were Lawrence and Mayo and GKB. And I think a little bit Titan was coming in at that point in time. But we found that there are people. So when I did a consumer survey at that point in time, being a marketing guy, I used to ask people, if you need a branded glasses, how much will you pay? So people used to say, branded hai to महंगा hai. And if you need cheap glasses, तो quality नहीं है. So, but there was nothing called affordable branding. So we thought we will take that space, and that's how we built Specsmakers. We went on from being a single store to kind of going deeper into it. But coming back to the book, what Swetha and there are a couple of questions that are there. I think the book, I've been talking to Swetha on and off on retail, but I think the book tells you about the detail. Retail is not only about putting up a shop. It is about product, price, promotion, place, people. 5 P's of retail. The 6th P of retail that's very important today is perseverance. It's not that you put up a store today and tomorrow you start getting customers. Retail is one business which I say is the last mover advantage. It's not the first mover advantage. I personally feel that let the competition go open a store and create a market, then I will go open a store. You don't want to go open a store and create the market for competition to come. So this business is something which is a last mover's advantage. I give this example to my team. If you be outside a temple, you will see the flower vendors who sell flowers. They'll all be right next to each other. You will never find a flower vendor who's like almost 100 meters away because people go where the market is. So you have to open a shop where the market is. If you even give it at some 70-80% cheaper and you're not in the market, people are not going to come to you. So I think the best advantage of being in retail is to see where the market is and then open. So when we go to open a store, we see what is the competition, we see what is the nearby right business. Somebody asked me a question very smartly. They said, how do you know what is the nearby Bata store's business or the nearby medical shop's business, how many footfalls he's getting? He's not going to tell you what is the total business that he's doing. So that's a very simple question my team asked me. So I told my team, it's okay. If you visited that store on a Monday, that location, go to Bata, buy a pair of socks. He'll give you a bill. Go next Monday and buy another pair of socks. See the number of bill cuts between the 2 days. You'll get to know how many customers have come to the store. So you'll know whether there is a footfall or no in that store. Right? I mean, if you go to a store and ask him what business you're doing, say I'm doing 10 lakhs, I'm doing 15 lakhs, but you actually see you only got 10 customers in 7 days. So he's also struggling there. So that might not be the market. So we go to Domino's Pizza, we see how many people came and live over there. So you have to get market insight. You have to go sit down with the neighboring store manager. Don't ask him directly what's your business. I basically, even if I go to any shop, go shopping in a mall, I just generally ask them, business very, very good. No, this one? I say, oh sir. He'll never ask you if you ask him the business is good, how are you doing? So you have to have the art of asking the customers, the shopkeepers how the business is. Because business is very seasonal. If it rains, nobody comes out. Especially, nobody walks out for shopping, right? If it rains. If there's an India-Pakistan cricket match, nobody's going to step out to go buy anything. You might have the best of the discounts in the world. So, I mean, Amazon and Flipkart said that when India-Pakistan match was there, their online volume dropped by 75%. Because who's going to be on wanting to shop? So, you need to have that market insight when it comes to retail. And this book gives you all the aspects. Supply chain is another important part of retail. I mean, we are very strong in supply chain. Because I think the way we calculate our inventory days, the way we calculate our working capital requirement, because it's very important for you to have the right product at the right store. Loss of inventory is also loss of sales. Say for example, today you went into a Ramraj and does not have a size 42 white shirt, you will walk out and you go to another store. You don't have to go back to that store tomorrow and say, okay, have you got the shirt? So we use a lot of supply chain tools which tells us what kind of product has to be at the store. CRM, customer relationship management, continuously engaging your customer. So there are so many pillars of retail that it's not about just putting a shop. Putting a shop is just the first pillar. Your right person has to be at the store, the manpower has to be correct, the manpower's mood has to be correct in the store. If he or she has a fight at home and comes to the store, he's not going to have a smile on his face looking at the customer. And be like, okay, the customer just come in and walk out. So we look at all of these aspects on us. So we have a 360-degree approach. I'm sure this book, Swetha, which you've written down, will surely provide them with a 360-degree approach. I don't like to say that I consult shopkeepers, but I love to give back to the retail society by just talking to people and helping them how can we set up processes. I don't know how many people have seen this. If you put up 10 people in a row, or say 50 people in a row, and you ask the first person the question how to enact something, by the time what he's enacting by the time the first person understands, it will be completely different.
So India overall has 10 crore plus retail businesses. 10 crore people have retail businesses in the country, but out of that, only 4% of them have a store more than even 500 square feet, which means that most of them for several years have remained small. Our country's retail segment is dominated by global brands, American brands, some Japanese brands, and I think it's now time for us as a country to not just consume many of these global brands but to create them from India in line with Modi ji's Make in India strategy. We also believe that India has the potential to make brands in India, not just products in India. Make brands in India and make that globally outstanding brands that when we travel, we see these Indian brands, we walk into these Indian stores and feel proud about them. Our book, 20 Game Changing Retail Strategies, is a step in that direction. It presents 20 actionable strategies which any retail business owner can quickly read and apply to his business in order to grow the business from being single store to multi-store, or from being 10 stores to 100 stores over the next few years. Thank you.
One of our media friend asked a question, and every business is different in itself. Like every retail store is different in itself. So how this book solves that particular problem? Like Swetha has mentioned, we have written as a step to encourage retailers to grow beyond what they are doing now. And we have taken the common problems that every retailer is facing, and we wanted to give a starting solution so that they can implement immediately and they can take the step of growth forward. So this is what the intention of the book. And the book has everything written in a simple, practical manner. It can be implemented by a person having a single store also. It can be implemented by a person having like 10-15 stores also. So that is the intention of the book from the start, and we believe that it will serve its purpose.
It was launched by
Yeah.
Sorry, this idea of writing this book has been first proposed by Swetha, and it has come from our clients. Like when we speak with one client after another client and another client, we see there is a common thread. Everybody is facing the same problems, and we have solved those problems. Okay, and we wanted to share this knowledge. It's not like every person has to come to us as a client, then only we solve the problem. We wanted to make it open to the public, so that anybody who wants to enter into a retail industry or who has a store already and wants to grow can make use of this knowledge that we have built over 35 years. So this has taken a fair share of time, sir. It has taken, I think, about 4 to 5 months. It has taken to compile and finalize everything.
So the book, today we are happy to have had Justice K Chandru, retired judge of the Madras High Court, and Mr. Pratik, Shah, founder and CEO of Specsmakers Opticians, be with us to launch the book today. It's available on Amazon and Flipkart, as well as on the publisher's website. With the book compiles 20 strategies which are split into 4 categories, which is sales and marketing, procurement, finance, And finally, store operations, which are the 4 essential pillars for any retailer to build a globally renowned business. So the 20 strategies are 5 split into 4 categories of 5 strategies each.
It's now available.
It's now available. It's live on Amazon and Flipkart and the publisher's website.
Thank you.